morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Our next forum this morning will be candidates for Whatcom County Assessor. There are two candidates on your ballot for this race, and I'd like to introduce candidates John Romaker and Rebecca Xczar. So the Whatcom County Assessor is a nonpartisan position with the mission to maintain the integrity of a professional property tax administration and to equitably list and establish taxable value for all real and taxable personal property in the county. Used to distribute tax responsibly. They appraise and revalue all real property and physically inspects 1/6 of all real property every year. The assessor serves a 4-year term at an annual salary of $117,758. Candidates will have up to 2 minutes each for an opening statement. They will have 1 minute to respond to each question, and they will make a 1-minute closing statement. So each of you have a challenge card. Could you hold your challenge cards up, please? The candidates may use this challenge card to rebut their opponent's response. The challenging candidate will have 45 seconds to state the challenge, and the opponent will have 45 seconds to respond to the challenge. You may only use your challenge card one time. So we have timers here that will indicate where you are in the timing. They will flash a yellow sign when 15 seconds remain and a red signal when your time is up. If you continue talking, a bell will be rung, and that means stop or I'll intervene. We ask that you be respectful of the time allotted due to the limited amount of time we have and our desire to include as many questions as possible. An important goal of the League is civil discussion. So to that end, we also ask that those of you in the audience be respectful and refrain from comments, as well as hold your applause until the conclusion of the debate. Some questions were prepared by our League Question Committee. We encourage those of you in the audience to provide written questions also, which could be addressed to the candidates. If you need a card, raise your hand and the 2 ushers will bring you a card and a pencil. When you have your question written, raise your hand and the ushers will pick up your question. And the questions will be screened by our League members at this table. The questions need to be addressed to both candidates. So for this debate, candidates rolled a dice, and the high roller had the choice of going first with their opening statement or having the last closing statement. Candidate Xczar will go first. After we start, I will alternate which candidate speaks as I ask the questions.
Just a correction.
Yes.
I believe candidate Xczar was going first on the closing statement.
Oh, on the closing
Last.
statement.
I chose to go have the last closing.
Okay, so candidate Romaker, would you please give us your 2-minute opening statement?
Thank you. Hello, I'm John Romaker, candidate for Whatcom County Assessor. I'd first like to thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this forum, and for all of you for attending today, and for those of you who are watching this broadcast. I've been Chief Deputy Assessor here for 29 years, working closely with Assessor Keith Wilnauer to deliver fair and efficient service to Whatcom County residents. I'm the most qualified and experienced candidate to lead the Assessor's Office to even higher levels of performance in customer service. While the Assessor's Office is often judged simply by figures on a tax bill, this office is responsible for highly specialized work to deliver an assessment roll each year of nearly 120,000 accounts. As Deputy Assessor, I've had a key leadership role in managing an office of 30 employees with a $3.4 million budget, providing timely and accurate information to taxpayers, property owners, county administrators, and dozens of local government entities. The public benefit from technology that improves data-intensive government services is well understood. I've been instrumental in leading major assessor's office projects over these past 3 decades that have modernized service, improved customer experience, and increased staff efficiency. The Assessor's Office land records are cornerstone to a much improved GIS mapping and data integration system. Within the coming weeks, we will be delivering interactive mapping and property data to stakeholder agencies, professionals, and all citizens through Whatcom County's website. I will continue seeking ways to streamline processes and improve service delivery for prudent use of public resources. This election brings much change to local government leadership, but my relationship with staff, administrators, and other officials will be beneficial during this transition. I'm John Romaker, and I humbly ask your vote for Whatcom County Assessor.
Okay, thank you. Candidate Xczar.
Good morning. I am Rebecca Xczar. I am currently serving on the Ferndale City Council. I am also a certified residential real estate appraiser and have been appraising properties in Whatcom County for over 16 years. I am a third-generation real estate appraiser, and I grew up in an appraisal office. I'm the Ferndale Planning and Land Use Committee Chair. Prior to serving on council, I spent 3 years on the Planning Commission. Prior to that, I spent 3 years on the Ferndale Parks Board. Excuse me, and chaired that board for 2 years. I have 10 years of public service, and I'm passionate about serving my community. With the retirement of the current assessor after 30 years, I'm running for county assessor to bring a fresh perspective to this vital position. Public access to information is extremely important. And as a daily user of the online system, I have been consistently frustrated with the limited information. I'm really excited about the GIS mapping finally coming online, and I will continue to pursue additional technological advancements, as well as find new ways to provide information so that everybody has easy access to their property information. Some properties in our county are being purposefully and unfairly valued, and it's impacting affordable housing in our community. Homeowners who partner with Colshan Community Land Trust are restricted on resale values and are under land leases, excuse me, and are being assessed at the same value as their neighbors. And I am committed to reevaluating those properties. I am dedicated to honest and fair valuations, increased public outreach, and a positive working environment for the office employees. My passion for land use and community service, my background and experience, and my love for Whatcom County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now you will each have 60 seconds to respond to the questions. And our first question is this: what is your leadership and management experience? And because we believe that you have a staff of about 30. So what are your strengths and experience in leadership and management? And how would you foster commitment and excitement among those you lead? And we'll start with candidate Xczar.
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. We believe that you will be managing a staff of about 30. What is your leadership and management experience, and what are your strengths? And how would you foster commitment and excitement among those you lead?
My management experience, I am a small business owner, and I have a part-time employee. I am the Planning and Land Use Committee Chair and lead meetings through that on my role as City Council. I have prior retail management experience, and I'm a mom, and I manage a household. I'm excited to foster excitement in the office. I'm sorry if that was the wrong wording. I would like to speak with each employee and find out what would improve their lives and how we can work together to be more efficient in the office. I feel it's important to listen and learn and then lead.
Okay, thank you. Candidate Romaker.
Thank you. Yes, in my current position as Chief Deputy Assessor, I have managed the office as I have done for the better part of the last 29 years. As Assessor, I would continue to provide training opportunities to all staff, not just the technical positions for the appraisers, and also meet regularly with staff to learn and discover what issues are facing them in their daily tasks, and see if there are processes that can improve the workflows and make the jobs more efficient for them to conduct their business on a daily basis. The assessor is responsible for a very large volume of property assessments each year. And to get this accomplished, we need good resource in our human resource in our staff and personnel.
Okay, thank you. Question number 2, what experiences and talents do you bring to this position that distinguish you from your opponent? So, candidate Romaker.
At the risk of repeating over and over again, 29 years experience, or close to 29 years experience here in Whatcom County as Chief Deputy Assessor. I have a total of 35 years in property assessment valuation work in my career, including in a major metropolitan area in the Midwest. Prior to coming here to Whatcom County, I was Chief Commercial Industrial Appraiser for Toledo, Ohio, which is Lucas County is the county seat. And prior to that, I had experience working in a private sector position, also doing contract work as a fee appraiser for assessment offices. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Candidate Xczar. Yes. What experiences and talents do you bring to this position that distinguish you from your opponent?
Well, I have over 16 years of physically inspecting and appraising thousands of properties throughout the county. I have extensive knowledge of details of market trends and the different neighborhoods that exist and the different nuances that happen within those. I have leadership skills that have shown on the City Council as I have continued to create and help shape zoning codes, always keeping aware of how those zoning codes impact property values and how those impact people's lives.
Okay, thank you. Next question. What is the role of technology in the assessor's office, and is there a place to expand the use of technology to create more efficiencies? Candidate Xczar.
I think the role of technology is extremely important. I have appraised properties in over 7 other counties over the years and have used each of their assessor online systems, and Whatcom County has the least amount of information available online. I think there is a huge room for improvement there. The GIS mappings will be a great addition. I would love to see other linkages to other departments and be able to see other documents as well linked through that system.
Okay, thank you. Candidate Romaker.
Yes. County assessor records are essentially a clearinghouse for property information used by many consumers, not just the general public. It requires a very efficient delivery system for that property information, as well as what's required to not only value the property at the outset, but continually test for performance measures to assure that we have equity for all property. Equity is not the same thing as equality. What it means is that whatever the standard is for valuation level, that it's uniformly applied to all property. And the mechanism to accomplish that clearly is technology. I do see room for improvement. I think we could make more accessible, particularly online access for senior, disabled, and veterans taxpayer assistance programs, and that's what I'd like to accomplish.
Okay, thank you. And this is the last question. Is there anything you would advocate for at the state legislature to improve the efficiency of the property assessment process? Candidate Romaker.
Yes, one in particular I just touched on in my last answer, and I'll repeat again here. The state legislature this year passed, I think it was enhanced Senate Bill 1105, which expands the access to the senior and disabled persons and veterans assistance tax relief program. One thing that it appears that that's going to affect Whatcom County as well, being one of the larger jurisdictions in the state. And I want to add that one of the elements of that new legislation was to, for the first time, make available online application submission and renewal applications. And I want to take full advantage of any new technology that we can to deliver that, because that is a great deal of service we can provide to the community.
Thank you. Candidate Xczar.
Well, I agree with Mr. Romaker there. I was very excited about the improvements to the senior access, and I think that's extremely important. It's a component here of affordable housing in our community, and I also wish to work to promote as much access as possible to our seniors.
Okay, thank you. You now have the opportunity to make a 1-minute closing statement. So I believe Candidate Xczar, we're going to start with you.
I would be happy to go first. I believe she.
Oh, okay.
Again, I don't want to speak for Rebecca, but.
Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
Candidate Romaker.
This is a crucial election for Whatcom County. We're electing a new county executive. The city of Bellingham is going to see a new mayor. Plus, county council, city council, school board, and special district positions are also on the ballot. It's important that the assessor's office continue to operate at a high level of performance, fairly valuing property, and informing local governments. Many of Whatcom County's most respected officials have endorsed me for this election. They include outgoing assessor Keith Wilnauer, county executive Jack Louse, county treasurer Steve Oliver, county prosecuting attorney Eric Ritchie, and recently retired prosecuting attorney Dave McEachran. These leaders have seen my work in 29 years as chief deputy assessor and know that I'm ready to lead the assessor's office with no transition gaps. I'm John Romaker, and I'd appreciate your vote for Whatcom County Assessor this November.
Thank you. Candidate Xczar.
Thank you to the League of Women Voters for having us here this morning. I am a real estate appraiser, and I have extensive background in property valuations. I am currently serving on the Ferndale City Council, and I have 10 years of public service. I am committed to fairly and accurately supporting affordable housing in our community. I have been endorsed by the Whatcom Democrats, the 42nd District Democrats, the Whatcom Democratic Women, Lummi Indian Business Council, Riveters Collective, as well as Representative Shoemake. If elected, I will be the first woman to serve as Whatcom County Assessor, and I would be honored to have your vote. For more information, you can go to votexczar.com. Thank you.
Thank you. So join me in thanking these candidates for running for public office.